Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
Okay.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Wednesday night stream, the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes communities. Whip out your pickles, skewers, let me hear you in the chat. Let's get this show started. It is hump day. It is time to have some fun as we talk about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Glad to have you guys here on a Wednesday night, spending time to watch us. We'll try to keep you entertained as much as possible. We'll do some housekeeping stuff here in a little bit, but make sure you let us know that you're out there in TV land. We like to know it. Joining me is the crew, as you know and love them. We've got Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinaire.
And Pork McFadden.
Oh my God. All right. Moving on to mature people. We've got the lovely Miss McVenom, who is muted. And we can't.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was telling him, you told him specifically not to do that, and he did it right away.
Yeah. Yeah. So everybody say goodbye to Finn.
Bye, Finn.
How do I hide Finn here? Let's see. Wait. Let's see. I'll have to figure it out. It's too many damn options here. I'll figure it out here in a second. Also joining us via transportation somewhere on the wherever he is on the trek home. I think it's Sir Loki. Sir Loki, can you give us a report on the traffic out there in California?
It's terrible right now. I'm passing by Disneyland on the 5 freeway. It's terrible. But I'll be home in a bit and excited to talk about the game.
Okay. Well, there you go. So we got Sir Loki, we got the lovely McVenom, Dumbass Finn, and myself, Ranger J 1999, your host with the most. Glad to be here. The crew is assembled. We're missing Grande. Maybe he'll be here, maybe he won't, but he's always busy with the kids and stuff. And so sometimes he pops in, sometimes he doesn't. We don't know. That's just the way it works here at RSG. All right, so if you can see above, we got the thing showing all our Patreons. Shout out to all you folks. We really appreciate all your support. Below, you can see down there, we've got Vader's Cup of Plenty. If you would like to get the donation train started and donate, feel free to. We got Super Chat ready to go. If you'd like to be sponsorship on YouTube, all that good stuff, it's all set up there for you. If you donate $3 or less, you get the Porgs. $3.01 to $20, you get the Rangeroo Baby Rangers flying in the air with their fecal matter diapers launching into the cup, and $20.01 or more, we get the pickle extravaganza, where we will whip out our pickles. Everybody whips out their pickles, and we start waving them around, and that's what you get for $20.01. And all that stuff happens on the screen. Everything you do will fall on the screen. Stuff from Twitch, everything like that. So if you'd like to donate and support the channel, you'd like the content, feel free to donate to Lord Vader's Cup of Plenty. I swear to God, Finn, I'm going to kill you. Get that.
He's excited. Bimatsu started the donation.
Oh yeah, Bimatsu just donated $2 from Bimatsu. Choo choo, he said. Oh, starting it off. If you didn't kill what I know for it. I hear that so much in my ear. It's like,
thank you, Bimatsu.
Thank you,
Bimatsu. Our spam lover, we love him, in the island of Kamanawanaleu in Hawaii. So, all right, so let's get this show started. Got some stuff to talk about today. We're going to go until about, we'll go through Urs. We'll do something fun again and spam Urs's channel. So, Urs, if you're out there, we're coming for you, buddy. We got our, first thing is, we got our shout-out word of the day. And we're going to let Dr. Finn, the Troll Extraordinaire, tell us what our shout-out word of the day is.
All right, so our shout-out word of the day is, it's going to be a long one, so get ready to type it. It is announcement. ANNOUNCEMENT. And the reason is we actually have a really big announcement that we're going to have at the end of the stream. It's also
Do
related.
we want to do it at the end of the stream, or should we kind of?
Yeah, we're doing it at the end of the stream because we need to do the Twitter questions first, right? And our Twitter question is, again, head to our Twitter handle. It's Reality Skewed Gamers with no vowels in the skewed and gamers. So Reality SKWD GMRS Reality Skewed Gamers. And our Twitter question is, RSG will be making a big announcement about our 2020 campaign for the American Cancer Society at the end of tonight's live stream. The question for tonight then is, what do you think that the announcement is?
And let's just go ahead and not say cross stitch. Let's just go ahead and clear that out. Let's make all the jokes.
Right
off the bat. Cross stitch. It's gonna be the legendary cross stitch. Tits will finally finish the cross stitch. Let's just go get it out of the way.
Okay, so we know that that's gonna happen. Also, if you guys have questions while we're doing all this, if you have questions pertaining to us that you would like us to answer, all you need to do is put your question into the chat. Make sure you put questions. Oh, Dr. Feelgood just donated some bits. There we go. He's filling up the cup of plenty. Thank you, Dr. Feelgood. But if you do have a question, make sure you put your statement in the chat. Make sure you put question in front of your question statement, and then that will help us scoop it up. And that's how we get your questions. If you don't do that, we get a lot of questions. And it's first come, first serve, guys, because we will have a cutoff date. So we got some fun stuff for you guys. This is perfect because it'll lead right into our boy Urs, Black Leader himself, the heartthrob of the Outer Rim, doing his GAC. If you've not followed that, pretty much all the skewers do. We make sure of it because we pimp his stuff. You can go check Urs right afterwards. So, and I think McVenom and Dumbass Finn, you guys are doing some Magic the Gathering tonight, possibly?
Possibly, yes.
Yes.
While watching Urs, we'll be doing that.
Yes.
It's multitasking.
Yeah, I mean, you're just throwing it out there, you know. Anything else I need to do for announcements or anything while we're getting all the shout-outs and things of that nature? Yes? No?
No, I think that covers most of it. I think
we put some more stuff on the Amazon wish list. You guys have requested we put some more stuff in there, so each of us put some stuff on there. I put stuff for my Revan costume and running stuff. If you guys want to, it's linked down below. I think that's the only thing. Okay, there we go. So I think that covers all that. So let's do our shout outs. We do want to shout out some folks. We want to shout out all our Patreons. It is scrolling up top, but we do like to shout them out. I read them last week. Should I read them again? McVenom, do you want to read them?
Can you read them, Ranger? But read them as the German guy that comments on our Magic the Gathering. Friedrich.
Okay, I'm Friedrich, and we're going to do the shout-outs of all these naughty little boys and girls who have done...
Can we tell them what this is? This is when we do Magic the Gathering.
Yes, and
How did this start?
Yes, I like to hang out with the lovely tits and stupid Finn and make fun of the plays and make it very sexual.
But how did we even get started on a German guy?
I don't know. I just started doing it, and then y'all started cracking up, and then I just kind of stuck.
Just what Ranger picked.
Yeah,
I feel like we had said something.
Yeah, you guys were saying something, and double entendre. I took hold of it as a German person, and
it cracks me up though when I'm trying to play, and then
yeah.
In my ear.
Oh, I like the way McVenom's holding her cards. She's going to be very rough at Finn. Oh, she's playing wood. Look how strong her wood is. It's very, very dexterous of young McVenom. Who named herself Tits. We love that here in Germany.
I don't know why it sounds so dirty when you say it in a German accent.
He's talking about you handling wood. It's just dirty by nature.
But even if it would sound creepy by somebody else, but it sounds just like I don't know.
That's what I do, man. Bang, bang. All right, we're going to do our Patreon shout-outs. These are all the people that like to give money to our filthiness. Here we go. We have a Lou 12. Glad to have you here. Bimatsu, he likes to play with his spam and cook it and eat it and put it in his mouth. CBO 97, Chaos 13. Why not 12? Filthy man. Chopper BZ, sounds like a biker. Clone Troop 211, Commander Skywalker, someone who's very forceful. Contingent 33, Dangerfield. Ooh, I like a man who likes to be in the field with danger. Darth Teflon, Darth Bob. Ooh, I love Darth Bob. He is a partier. Darth Vader Mate, Deadpool Kyle 28. I don't really like Deadpool Kyle. I prefer his wife, Lady Pool Panda. She is much more my style. Devil's Treasures. Ooh, I'll play with your Devil's Treasures anytime. Bury it, I'll find it. Dr. Feelgood, anytime you want. He'll make me feel alright. Drewman 95, Airrock 123, Gaza Buzzer, Buzzers Guzzling. That's my kind of game. Hogzilla. Hennessy from the Australian New Zealand Guild. Yeah, it's very good. It poops bombs. Well, we know a lot about that here in Germany. Jacobiam. I love her. She's a lovely lady. Jaja Kana. Jon Snow awakens. Awakens to what? Hopefully to me. Just the Bomb is here. Oh, just the Bomb. Not anything else. Just the Bomb. That's all we want to see. Oh, tease.
Yeah.
Callison, Kashmir, Matthew M. Thomas, the lovely Mars Kanata. She is the girl of my heart. I love lovely Mars. And she can kick my ass, which I let her do. Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage is here. Moss Mike, Indy Fox, the lovely Ouchie Dumpling. Ouchie knows how to handle her pickle. Yeah. Ray Rock, Redia, Riverboy 12, Rose Taco. He's the finest human being on the planet, except when he's bitching about his cross stitch.
Amen.
Revenator. Saintly Red, Shadowville. He's from Houston. I don't know if you know there. It's a lovely town. It's hot and wet there. Sith Lord, Van Rhodes, Spaceman Tim. He can be my Rocket Man any day. Spider, Strum, Suicide Squad, Teals, Tallywhack. Tallywhack what? My Naka? Yeah, that sounds nice. The Tour, Walter Arnold, and Whiny Skywalker 1971. Crying like a little girl in puberty. There we go. All our Patreon shout-outs. We love you. Kisses.
I think Grimm's right. There goes our monetization.
Grimm's he's a little child trapped in a man's body. He does not know what he speaks of.
Maybe they won't understand you.
And then there you go. So we always do different voices and stuff. So there you go.
All right. And we'll do our chat shout-outs where we have our normally scheduled meta report, but since we're not doing the meta report right now...
We don't care about that anymore, yeah.
Meta report is boring as hell right now, so until it changes, we're not doing the meta report.
The stupid.
So we'll do our chat shout-outs at that point. So
yes.
We'll be ready for that here in a little bit.
Be ready. Not A, but B. All right.
Ready. Be ready.
No, Finn, what are you doing? Not even.
Oh, I need fork and pen. You can't clap. They don't come together.
What?
His wings don't come
All
together.
right, let's get into the news. That's right, it's that time of the day where we get into the news brought to you by a man who once jumped out of a plane and forgot to put on his parachute. That's right, Ranger J, 1999. Reading the news for you here. Big news. Where do we want to go? There's a lot of stuff about Relics, but we also had State of the Galaxy, September 2019. Now, we did a video on that, me and Finn, covering the State of the Galaxy. In a nutshell, Finn, tell the folks basically what they all said there.
Sure. So, one, they're going to increase communication to the community. They're going to try and do a monthly State of the Galaxy in addition to the Road Ahead, but the Road Ahead's only going to come when there's something big coming, right? So it's usually going to be probably like a TU update or something like that. Then they also talked about Relics. Relics are going to be expected in September.
This month,
So,
yeah.
Relics in September this month. So as part of the communication, the reason I jumped to that one is they said that we know about Lightside GOTB, and because of that, they're going to delay the Road Ahead post until November, which makes it sound like Lightside GOTB is going to be expected in October.
Yeah.
As they're trying to think of what the timeline is, it's not 100% when the Lightside GOTB is going to be coming, but it sounds like it's going to be in October, Relics in September, and then with the Road Ahead that's going to be in November, it's going to be leading up to things for episode 9. So that's kind of what we gleaned off of that State of the Galaxy. In terms of Grand Arena Championships, they're apologetic of all the issues that they had with the first few releases of Grand Arena Championships. They think this one is better, but they're still working on little tweaks. They're working on the communications when they make those little tweaks. So they're relatively happy with the state of GAC right now. And they'll kind of continue to improve it over time.
Yeah.
One of the things they did say was that they are going to they want to have a battle report. But one of the things they want to do with that is, and we've discussed this before, that they may not necessarily have the people to be put onto doing that, as well as whatever the new features are that they're working on. And so they're actually going to be talking to the guys at GG in order to get some of that code and try to figure out what they can do with it in order to develop a battle summary report. So that was kind of the other big news from that.
All right. I mean, yeah, they discussed cheating as well and some of the stuff in there. And then they got into Relics. Again, me and Finn are not big fans of the Relics.
Not the Relics itself. I'm more upset with the timing. I'm not necessarily opposed to Relics themselves.
So let's clarify our position.
Gear 13.
Yeah.
There's some people that just straight don't like the whole Relic concept, and I can understand that because it's basically asking you to sacrifice gear in order to do this when you may still need gear, and it's kind of an odd system. But I don't necessarily mind the Relic system. I just mind that they're putting it so close to gear.
Well, the other thing too, and I've really been thinking about this hard and talking with folks, is the unannounced eventual abilities that will come with the Relics. What does that mean? I mean, that's going to pretty much, depending on what they do, could change the face of everything.
I feel like DSP when he said Relics gross. Like that would be my response. Unless they take, and like what they said, Relics a year from now would be awesome if they take it to where you can customize your characters differently. Like they're all uniquely played, and you can create unique teams with these Relics based on like what ability branch you want to go with or strength you want to do. If you could customize your teams, insanely cool. It would put a whole new aspect, and it would break this whole meta of like playing the same teams over and over and over again. It would be awesome, but not right now. Like right now, we're still reeling from
Gear 13.
Whatever.
I mean, McVenom, how many Gear 13s do you have?
None.
Exactly.
0.
Yeah, this is part of the reason why we think it's too early.
I don't know any even players that are at like a higher guild level. A lot of them don't have 13 still, and they're high level players. They spend a lot of money and they still don't have all 13.
Yeah, I'm with DSP on this. We want more content. We play this game to use the characters and scenarios and figure shit out, not mod grind, gear grind, relic grind, galaxy heroes. I think they've lost focus here a little bit on this. But this was the big thing that came away from it. Sir Loki, are you still there? Sir Loki, he was the lightsaber builder. Calling sexy.
He's probably
Buddha.
driving and can't unmute. Right
Oh yeah, he's probably pimping something right now to somebody. You know, he saw some hot girl on the side. He's like, "Hey girl, what you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, nothing." That's our Loki. I can't wait to get him into action. Like, all right, Loki, here's the plan. We got to find Finn a woman. Let's go. He was like, right.
I mean, so when you look at GG, right, and I'll talk a little bit about the GG stuff here because there's a lot of different things that go with the GG part of this. So if you look at GG, they have the Gear 13 player stats. The percentages of characters that have Gear 13 right now are very low. It's like less than 1%. I think when I checked a couple days ago, it's 0.5% of characters in people's rosters are Gear 13.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not a very high percentage. And if you look at the number of characters of the different types that are Gear 13, like Revan, I think was like at 50%. Malik was at 25% or something like that. Then there was like 3 characters that were near 13%, and then it goes down to like single digits at like 6% of all of the different characters, like Geobrute Alpha and some other things. So it is not a high number of Gear 13s right now. Gear 13 is still quite a struggle for most people.
And I see, like, I know Ouchie has a different opinion about it because I know that she's got a very active game life. She is, she's got her alt has G13s, but I don't know that is the norm. And I don't know that we have so much focus farming for select teams that we have to farm for. I don't know that people can put as much into G13. And then if these come out, are you just going to go with one team in G13 and then relic it all the way up? Or are you going to spread your G13s out first and then go? Will you lose ground if other people have relics on? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like,
no, it does. And I'm free to play. And I know I have 4 Gear 13s. And one of them was a complete waste in Jedi Consular. I'm aware of that, but I did that because it's Jedi Consular.
F in the chat for Finn for Jedi Consular being Gear 13.
So I have for Gear 13. So it's not like it's impossible, right? But the thing is
totally
not
doable.
whether or not you can get Gear 13s. It's what percentage of your roster is Gear 13 in order to justify getting Relics, which is effectively Gear 14, right? It's not like you can work on Relics before Gear 13, right? So it is basically Gear 14. Like you have to hit Gear 13 before you can even work on Relics.
Good check.
And so that kind of stuff makes it very difficult for a large percentage of the players, right, that may not even have a single one. I know a lot of us at the top have Gear 13s, at least maybe one or two. We focused on our arena team and got like the Darth Revan, Fallen Bastila, and Malik. I mean, those are like the most common ones in general that they get that, right? But in general, a lot of people don't have it. And if you especially look at the newer players, they're coming in, right? They see the Gear 13 increase. And now, within a few months, they're actually seeing the next progression of gear as well, right? And I think it's not necessarily that it's bad and that we won't be able to get relics and all of these. I think it's off-putting that it's pushing the end mark so quickly when Gear 13 still hasn't even been established by most players, especially to any reasonable amount. Because remember, we're looking to have, based on everything they've done with GAC, 16 teams that we're using, right? 8 for defense, 8 for offense. That's how they're calculating our effective GP in Grand Arena Championship.
That's 80 characters.
Right? So that's 80 characters that they're looking for in order to calculate that. When you can't even get half of those, I mean, Mandalore, I know, has like 50 or something. Gear 13,
Don't ask
right?
how much that boy has spent.
Well, no, I know, but look at that. That is still not all 80 characters.
No.
He's still only at 50 characters that is getting Gear 13. Like, it's not easy to get Gear 13. And to push the relics, I think, is way too early right now.
You know what's making me sad right now is we only have 33 thumbs up. McManum, I need you to do the sad pouty face and tell the folks why they should give us a thumbs up.
Please give us a thumbs up.
How can you look at that, Punham? Look at that sad face. Look at that face, folks. You're making McVenums. Get that goddamn pork out of here, Finn. I swear to Christ. Now make a sad face because...
sad face.
Yeah.
Finn.
Yeah, ruined...
He's a sad face.
Let's... Trying to have a moment here with McVenom, and then Finn has to go and ruin the damn thing with his stupid-ass porg. God.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I
the
feel like
whole
we're parents,
G13
McVenom.
I know.
You know, mommy and daddy had to handle dumb kid over there that we adopted and we didn't really want to, but we were forced to by the system.
And I'm like indulgent sometimes, and I'm like, now, sweetie, calm down. We'll talk to him later about it.
See what you did, Finn? And we got a couple thumbs down because of your antics. I hope you're happy. Now McVenom can make the sad face because you're a stupid ass.
So I think the big thing about the G13 and the relics is not, I mean, everybody has an opinion. Some of us like it, and some of you guys are all stoked about it, but I really feel that the people that are super stoked about it are the ones who are already like way ahead of the game on G13. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. If you're excited, it's
obviously,
cool.
And they have a reason to be, because they kind of have an edge, which rightly so. They've worked their butt off to get it, but I still think it's still too soon after G13.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hard at it. I mean, I'm trying to get some characters Gear 12 that I got to finish off. I'm doing the troopers now and Shock T. I'm going hardcore into those to get that team rounded out. So it's a lot. You know, some of the characters from 11 to 12 is not an easy feat either, because some of them take like 2 pieces, like 2 black eyeballs, 2 stun cunt, fully crafted, and another piece, and you're just like, damn. Then you get to Gear 12 and you need all the Gear 12 pieces and the Gear 12 plus pieces, and those are harder too, because some of the pieces that you just use for Gear 11 you need for Gear 12 plus. So it's not an easy road. It really isn't. So all right. So that was
I'll mention one other thing though from the post too.
Sure.
It's not relic related, but it is regarding the GG aspect. So we do like to voice all sides of the aisle as much as we can, right?
Sure.
There is a group, and I understand it, that are not terribly thrilled about the whole GG concept with battle logs. And the reason is that it's revealing attack strategies, right? And it's pretty much the only strategy that's kept close to the vest in this game right now, right? You can see everyone's characters, but you can't see how they're utilized. And so it's interesting that we're seeing that as being a potential option. And I know there's a lot of people that are not particularly thrilled about the fact that it is giving away what a teams you're using to attack, right? And we're not sure how this is ultimately going to be done in terms of GG, which is if you're giving them all of this data, right? Then what are they going to do with that data in order to figure out whether or not there's cheating? Because a lot of the cheating is done through the APKs, which we've talked about, right? And the ones that are the most difficult ones to catch are going to be the ones that make minute differences to the characters. So does CG have the infrastructure and code in order to allow GG to even catch these things, right? So even if you make these changes and you give GG the data, are they going to be able to find what the little cheating things are that are going on? And there are possibly ways that it can be done by looking at the data, but there's a lot of different factors here that haven't been settled, right? Which is, I don't think the mods issue is fully settled, because I've still seen people saying that their mods have changed afterwards in Grand Arena, right? So I think that is still potentially an option that makes it difficult for this. And then again, how much of it is server-side data, which we know is the majority of it, but when the battle completes, what data is being sent over from the client side to the server in order to log the battle, right? And so those kind of things are going to be important to see whether or not CG even has the infrastructure in order to do it. So there's kind of and I'll let Loki talk about this, because I know Loki had mentioned this before. So we're talking about the GG aspect of things, Loki, and giving them the data, right, and letting them figure out with the battle report and stuff. And I know there's kind of like people that like it and people that don't. So if you want to talk about what you think about it.
Can I preface this with a question to Loki? Mm-hmm. So Loki, as a person in those super uber competitive high level guilds, I'm gonna echo Gruffalo. Are counters, they're so public, are they really secret things? I mean, isn't it pretty widely talked about what you use?
I mean, I guess it is, but my concern is, I mean, I see it both ways, but I kind of voiced my opinion with Finn earlier, and I said, I want them to come up with a solution that's actually going to work. I don't see how releasing the battle log, and if it shows your counters, I mean, I don't see how that really does anything right now, and that's simply because I think Bulldog showed in his video that, you know, if you alter certain stats just ever so slightly, you can come up with a win, and you can use the same, you know, YouTube counters or counters that are widely known, but it is what it is. I mean, it's the theory crafting aspect, I think, that's kind of going to go down the drain, because a lot of these guilds, I mean, competitive guilds like to theory craft teams, and then at this point now you're just handing a lot of that over to everybody, which you know, it kind of defeats the purpose of actually you know, spending weekends with your guild and theory crafting some teams that do well in certain metas. So ultimately, I just want them to come up with a solution that's an actual fix, and not just a I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but it's a I don't know. I don't know if they just want to come up with something to kind of quiet everybody down, or if they actually want to fix this thing. They can actually, I guess, is my concern.
Well, we just got a donation from BCM for $2. Said, did someone say feet and cats? Just kidding, McVenom.
Very funny.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it too is.
Thank you for the donation.
It's kind of like a Band-Aid, right, Loki? Right now.
It feels like it. It feels like they don't know what to do, and they're probably listening to a lot of their testers on just suggestions. And you know, I'm just not. I'm not confident that they're getting the right suggestions from the right kind of players. I feel that you know, it's a bigger issue that I think they have to take more seriously, or they can't come out with these kinds of modes anymore where you know, it's like tournaments back in the day, right? I mean, they officially haven't fixed that, right? I mean, it's the same issue we're having now. It's just on a bigger scale, and there's more people watching out now, I guess. And that's kind of like, I feel like that's what they want, is they just want more resources for people to report other people, cheating, right? Or we think he's cheating. Here's all the reasons why I think they're cheating, and then whoever, if it's Lucifer's daddy or whoever it is gonna drop the hammer and be like, okay, I believe you, he's cheating. That's all they're doing. They're not fixing anything. They're making other people pseudo involved with the game and making decisions, which it feels like it's just a band-aid. Ultimately, I don't want, I'm with everybody else. I think cheating's wrong. It ruins the game. I'm a longtime player. I spent a lot, and it's like, why, I'm not even that high in Grand Arena Championship, and it's taken away. If they don't fix it, then a lot of players like me are just gonna quit and go play something else. So it's really sad, because we've hung on this long. We're still waiting for Jedi Luke. We're still waiting for all these other tunes and game modes that we're all hoping. I mean, we're still waiting for heroic or what is it? It's we're waiting for that next Rancor, right? So
yeah.
we're still waiting for that.
You made a good point about the APK, those hacks, though. You can't adjust them to where it's subtle, right?
That's
and if you're a smart cheater, you're going to do that, so it's not obvious, especially in GAC.
Yeah. I mean, cheating's one aspect of it. I'm still pissed off at the matchmaking. I mean, imagine if this Relic thing happens. How do you match up the Relic guys together now with G13?
I know, right?
I mean, how do you even do that? Because I'm sure Warrior has said it many times. I mean, he and I are in weird spots in GAC now where, I feel like I'm a punching bag now because I'm fighting dudes that, just have more G13s than me now. So imagine I'm going to fight guys now that have more Relics than me too now. So, I mean, we're just there to give you points is what I'm doing. Players like me are the ones that are going to feel like they need to cheat, because I'm not going to dump money into a game that allows cheating when I can just go download an APK and tweak my character values 1 or 2, right? Bulldog showed it wasn't much. So, I mean, if they can capture that on GG, I mean, how do you say I cheated when I only tweaked the value like 5 points or something, right? How do you determine that?
You have to investigate. You can go in and they'll look at like the stats and stuff, previous what it was and then what it is.
Yeah, it creates a giant witch hunt. I mean, it's like,
well, it is, but I'd rather it be proactive than reactive. And where they're looking for that kind of stuff, right? And the more eyes you can get on it, the better, because. And they said so in their post that they've banned hundreds of accounts and they've got their eyes on thousands more, right? So they're looking at this stuff seriously, and I think if the community can catch this stuff, because we always catch stuff before they do, right? I mean, they only have an infinite or finite number of people working on it, right? So
I was thinking too. I mean, what if I just cancel my GG account, and then they can't sync my data no more? I mean,
yeah. I mean, that is one.
You don't know me, GG.
That's true. They introduce all the mod stuff in game, right? So the value of GG has gone down just a little bit. They have a lot of really nice stats and stuff, but you don't necessarily need to be on there. But yeah. But I mean, to your point, Loki, I think so what details they give about the battle logs, I think will be interesting as well. The little minute changes that you're talking about are going to be hard to get rid of. But CG has basically made it clear that the way they're investigating is based on player reporting of suspected cheating, right?
And what they catch.
I think the battle reports, while it won't solve it, it gives people an ability to look at a matchup and think that they cheated. Right now, we're going in blind. They pretty much said it in the post, and I said it before. Like, there's no way for you right now with any tools in the game. You can look at somebody's roster and think, okay, maybe he used this team against this one and this team against this one, but you have no way of knowing for sure what he used against which team. And so the only way for you to really do anything about cheating is to just report anytime you lose, right? If you lose, you report it, because we have no other tools in order to do it. So, and I'm with you a little bit on the theory crafting, right? Where you can show what team they use, but I think they have to be careful about how deep they go into the stats. And with a lot of games, like even with the battle log, you can't necessarily replicate the way that they played the team, right? Even a lot of teams, even if you're using like a weird combo in order to beat another one, like we can go back to when Treya was the counter to Jedi Knight Revan, and how you would use her with the high protection and tenacity to try and prevent the health down and stuff. Like, if you didn't pay attention to the strategy and how to utilize it, just putting Treya against Revan, you would still lose. You would lose actually quite handily. So those kind of things, if they're not necessarily releasing those, they might be able to give up the team composition, but not necessarily the strategy. And
so here's a funny thing too. I was thinking about this, just right now, is how do you even prove if you go 4v5, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you prove that I didn't cheat, right? I mean, 4v5,
yeah.
I want to get my extra feats.
Mm-hmm.
I 4v5 one of your teams, and you're just going to be like, there's no way you could have done it. I'm going to report you, right?
Yep. But at least now we know, right? Right now we're just like, oh, my team lost. I'm just going to report everyone. Now at least it's, oh, there's a 4v5 I didn't think worked, so let me report them. And they may be wrong. They might be just flat out wrong. So hopefully they don't ban first and ask questions later. It's investigate and then decide who to ban, which is the way I think they're doing it. But yeah, so hopefully it works a little bit better. And I think they do need to be cautious about how much information they release with the battle logs. But I think the battle logs does at least start us in the right direction of giving players the tools they need in order to report. Because that's something we don't have right now, which is any kind of tools in order to report. We're doing this all blindly. So that's something that I hope this does provide. And then
it should provide it. I mean,
yes.
It's no question, right? So,
well, it depends how GG does it, right? Because now it's not in CG's hands. So we don't know how GG is going to ultimately do it. So we still have to see exactly what
there's a lot of stuff we don't know yet. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. So.
And then hopefully Relics will actually solve the issue you're talking about, Loki, about Gear 13. Because the biggest issue with Gear 13, right, is that it doesn't have the biggest GP increase, right? So Gear 13 is actually pretty devalued overall. But if Relics have a high GP value, you'll actually be able to separate those that have Relics and those that don't based on how much GP is added from the Relics. So Relics, in some sense, may be actually able to help with the mismatching, especially at the highest end with Gear 13. I just wish they just left it at like Gear 1 or 0.
Like I'm matched, so I'm 5.47 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm matched up with a dude that's like 5.78, 5.81. Like I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And got like 80 Gear 13 dudes. I'm like, come on.
Yep.
I don't know how the hell Relics is gonna fix that, but I mean.
Well, his GP is going to be higher, right? Because they're only looking at the top 80 GP, and if you don't have as many Gear 13s, that means you don't have any Relics. If they create
I don't think I even have 20, man. I got like 16 Gear 13s right now, and I'm getting matched up with a dude for the 80 of them. That's just wrong, man. I mean,
yeah, that might just be an issue with the high end of rosters.
And then here's the problem with if I want to put one Relic on one of my guys, that's going to bump me up anyway, right? That's the problem. Mm-hmm. So I can't put any Relics on my guys if I want to be matched up accordingly, right? And it's bad. It's really bad right now. Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, hopefully Relics can help some of this, but it's still to be seen. I think we mentioned this before, the highest end, and I think you fall into that, Loki, and I know Warrior has mentioned this, the matchmaking is the biggest problem at the very high end. Like the top percentage is really screwed because Warrior's facing the same people over and over again, he said in like his groups. And I've seen other posts about that too, where there's you're facing the same people. So they need to fix that. And that way, if you do end up with somebody like that, you
go to like 400,000 more, I mean, so it's, I don't know what's worse, getting faced, matched up with the same guys or getting matched up with all this, with a bunch of whales, right? I mean,
so,
and how come I can't be on the low end, right? Like, why can't I be matched up with a 4.8,
right? So hopefully they do fix it.
Growth, right? I mean, why would you, as a free-to-play, wanna bump your GP up? You're gonna get screwed and face guys like me. It's stupid.
Pretty much,
why do you want to equip Relics?
Yeah.
There's no point. So.
Yeah. So hopefully they fix some of these things. I think Relic has some potential with that. I think releasing it all the way to whatever gear level 7 was probably too excessive. I would have been much happier if they only released it to like 1 or 2, just to let it have the GP increase and then let us work towards it. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But Relics may be able to help out matchmaking a little bit, but I think it's going to overall kind of hurt the game. So,
all right. So why don't we play a commercial, take a quick little break, and then we'll get back into some more news and stuff. So here we go.
Have you been playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and felt like this lately? Or how about this?
Oh my goodness. There's no way. It's freaking no way, guys.
Currently, many in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes are suffering from DRDS, Darth Revan Depression Syndrome. How do you know if you have it? Do you have bad mods? Do you feel like you just can't beat those Darth Revans? Do you feel like banging your head against the wall every time you play? Well, we have the solution for you. Introducing the breakthrough new drug for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Drevinex, a new medication created by Dr. Brock Finity. When I was first asked to research a new drug for DRDS, I first said, fuck it. I mean, it's a game. If you're frustrated, then just quit. But then I saw the player base and realized they're all just addicts. They can't break away from the game, and they sit and they struggle and they can't help themselves. DRDS is real, and it has affected me personally. My son used to be healthy and happy. Then Darth Revan happened, and he couldn't get him. Now he is sad, he lost weight, he can't eat. I mean, look at him. He's so small now, all because of DRDS. I had to do something. That's when I created Drevinex. Drevinex helps you get all the Darth Revan and Malak angst out of your life. Using simple chemistry and hundreds of thousands of dollars of other people's money, I found a way to make people less depressed with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So when you feel depressed or upset, all you have to take is 1 dose of Drevinex, and you will feel calm and cool instantly. And Drevinex comes in 3 doses. The I can't get rank 1 tablet, how the hell did 50 people on my shard get Malak chewable, and on those really bad days, the why the f would CG introduce this OP character into the game at all peanut butter cup. So don't let your gameplay look like this. Try new Drevinex and get yourself into a happy place. Side effects may include anxiety, diarrhea, constipation, fingers falling off, ulcers, obesity, tender nipples, runny nose, headaches, migraines, urges to stick dimes in your ears, specifically dimes, not sure why, but it was definitely specifically dimes, or this may have just been an issue with Jerry during testing, frequent urination, hairy palms, hairy feet, hairy foreheads, and using your cell phone in inappropriate places like bathrooms, funerals, and other people's dressing rooms. So get Drevinex today.
And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Drevinex for all you Darth Revan people, and just welcome to the game. All right, let's see what else we had in the news this week.
We did have another announcement about Relics.
Yeah, I'm going to that right now.
Okay.
More? Yeah.
Yeah, but this one isn't.
Relic and the Scavenger, and we had Relic material farming locations. Which one do you want to go to, Finn?
That one.
Okay.
I think we covered the first one.
Yeah.
The Scavenger. So they're going to introduce a new Jawa Scavenger in between the events table and the shard shop. And that's where the Scavenger is going to be, where you trade in your gear for scrap. And there's going to be 3 different levels of scrap, or at least 3. And it's all going to be based on the mark levels. So Ranger and Grande, you guys were right. I was overly optimistic last time, and that's not the way it is. So Mark 1 through 3 of most gear is going to turn into scrap 1. 4 through 6 is going to become scrap 2. And then 7 plus is going to be scrap 3, with some exceptions for some probably like Mark 3 stuff that's really higher level, like Carbantes and that kind of stuff will probably be a little bit higher than scrap 1. So they talked about that. But then they put out another post that gave a little bit more detail about what you're going to need to do with Relics. And it is not just trading in your gear for scrap. There is actually another component that you need to get. That is going to be farmed from Cantina nodes. So Cantina nodes are now going to have signal data, which is a new piece that you need to farm in order to upgrade your relics. So there's going to be 2 parts that you're doing, and I think based on the image, that's what we were seeing with those 2 different sections. The section on the left was the components, and I think the section on the right were the signal data. And you combine those in order to upgrade your relics, and of course, the relics obviously needs a credit amount. So going from 6 to 7 was 500,000. So it might parallel how much it costs in order to star up your character. So going from, or I think it was from 5 to 6. So 6 to 7 may be like 1 million credits or so. So they are introducing that. So now it's not just a farm of gear in order to get scrap, but it's also going to be Cantina. So that's what they put in that post. So yeah.
Stu's in chat. Did you guys see Stu?
No, I didn't see Stu. Where is he?
It's
Hello,
Stu.
Sweetie.
Stu.
Yeah. He said the players need some SWGOH way to stop blood in their underpants.
You know what else they could use? We have some special underpants that we could put on there, Ranger.
Rangeroo
Wait,
diaper.
another commercial?
No, not right now.
Oh.
I haven't uploaded yet, man.
we do have Ranger J 1999 Ranger diaperoos.
Right, and so I'd have to go through and do all that. So anyway.
I can't believe we have another currency.
I know. This is why I'm not a big fan of the relics, man. And I told you, and I was me and Ronnie were right. Your upper level gear is gonna have to go toward this. It's just,
which is going to be such a hard decision for people to decide whether or not they want to scrap,
whether to leave my characters at gear 8, or sacrifice it for relics that I can't put on them. I don't really have a really hard decision.
And so it's hard to say for sure what they're doing. Oh, go ahead, Loki.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be so pissed if you craft a relic and it ends up sucking, right? Because they haven't done that to us before, right? Where you
no, I don't know what you mean, Loki. What do you mean, Loki?
What if you have a roll chance for your relic? Like you put the gear in and there's a roll chance whether it's good or not.
No, they can't. Oh God, no. Why would you even suggest that?
I'm just saying.
Why would you suggest
I would not
RNG
be surprised.
relics?
I would not be surprised at all.
RNG relics, really? God, worst thing ever. Worse than
we
mods.
just got a donation from the lovely Jacka. She says, "Does Ranger take Drevenex for mod anxiety?" I don't think so. I just suffer through depression. That should happen. Keep on keeping on, you guys. Thumbs up. Glad you're good, Finn. # suck it, Dorian.
Aww.
Well, thank you. And for everyone that hasn't been tracking it as closely as I'm sure I have been, and now Meg Venom has been. So the way it works right now, actually, prayers go out to everybody on Grand Bahama Island. They got wrecked because
the
it was
is awful.
I know. So if you guys aren't aware what happened, we'll do a slight off the rails here. Dorian went right on top of Grand Bahama Island, made landfall like 3-4 times, and as a Category 5, basically hit that island for 36 hours as a Category 5. It's awful. And if you like,
wrath of God kind of biblical stuff.
It is. Like if you look at the like Google Maps and stuff, like the island is like 3/4 of it is just like water now. Like you can't even tell.
Well, it's now going away.
Underwater.
Well, it's receding now, but they just
it's receding now. But right after
they showed the airport, and it was like, good Lord.
They showed like the minister's house. It was on like the 2nd floor, and there was water up to the 2nd floor. It's like 20 feet of water outside of his house, and he was inland. I mean, it was really bad. So, unfortunate what happened to Grand Bahamas. But then apparently there was like another high pressure system coming from the west of Florida. And so it caused the hurricane that was going west right towards me to basically curve like 90 degrees and go north. And so it's kind of curving around the coast right now, but it's expected to make either landfall or come very close to the land right around Charleston and Wilmington. So Charleston, South Carolina, and Wilmington, North Carolina, which is where McVenom is.
Yeah, I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, and it seems like I think it did it with Florence too, where it just kind of like scoots around thin, and it's like, wait a minute, let me get the other one.
Yeah, it's like avoided me. It's
they can't get Ranger, bang bang. They can't get Loki because Loki has to deal with other stuff, fires and earthquakes.
So I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, and it's like, if it's not going to be like a direct, it's going to be a skirt right along it. It's supposed to start sometime tomorrow afternoon. We've had rain all day today. I'm sure the rain isn't going to quit. And somebody said, are we going to McVenom's house for a hurricane party or what? You guys are welcome.
She ain't going to be there.
Plenty of wine. I have to be here. Apparently, so you know how I said I was on You know how I said I was on Storm Team C because I was on the other Storm Team last year and had to go for Florence? Well, because I got switched to the outpatient chemo facility, now we are having clinic on Saturday to compensate for our chemo patients that couldn't have it on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I have to go in as Storm Team C on Saturday.
Well.
So I can't evacuate. But I don't think they said it had increased to a 2.
It's probably going to be a 2 when it gets to you.
It's gone down from a 5 to 4 now to a 2. So.
Well, it went down to a 1. It went back up to a 2. But
yeah,
Florence
it's probably going to get a 2.
Florence was a 1 when it hit us. It's not really the wind we worry about. It's the flooding here.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So we'll keep track of Dorian.
So I am okay. Thank you for that, Jacoby M. And now we wait to make sure McVenom is okay.
I'm heading to Ouchie's house if I can get out.
Oh, party at Ouchie's.
Yeah, she's on that. She's on that cone of safety.
Oh yeah, she's up in them mountains and stuff right up there in that Carolinas right there. Let me tell you.
Good old Maurice is up there too, right?
No, we don't care about him.
He's in South.
Yeah,
South
we don't. Yeah, so.
But he's a bit more further inland, like Ouchie is.
Yeah, he's up there in the mountains too, right there, drinking that moonshine stuff. Let me tell you. He's up there.
Right, so
them hills,
before the hurricane,
them big hills.
I have the shout out list in the chat, McVenom, for you for the chat.
Yes, all the men's want you to read. They want you to read their names.
Stop.
Go on, McVenom. We need to do the shout outs. Look at Loki over there being all big and round and sexy. Just think of that when you read the names, McVenom.
Okay, let me find them. Where did you put them at?
It's in Fin stuff.
Oh. It's always in Fin stuff. I don't know why I asked that.
And then once we do that, we'll go through our Twitter questions, our Twitter question responses, and then we'll answer questions until about 9:30. It's been kind of a quiet week overall. We just got a bunch of Relic
big
information.
stuff, but yeah.
Okay, so the chat shout outs are Apparingo, Apropos Win, Atomic Fish, B. Masu, Briarius Aegion. I knew I said that wrong.
Briarius Aegon.
Mm-hmm. CBO 97, C. Dangers, Chunt Chad. I'm sorry, Mom. Clone Troop 211, Contingent 33, Deadpool Kyle.
Oh, no.
Dextronic, Dr. Feelgood, Dr. Gonzo H, DSP, Durgan, Forcemaster 77, Foreigner, SWGOH, Grim, Hellenix, It's Just Ian, Jason Hobby, Jason Krulik, Jedi Training Bogus, John Moran, Kashmir, Lord Megatron, Martin Coviella, Maz Kanata, Moss Steph Isley, Moss Mike, Ouchie Dumpling, Ray Rock, Raza 972, Revenator, Ronan Zai, Rose Taco, Shay Locomotive. Oh, thank you, Shay, for changing your name back. Skywalker Vader, Slama MC, Slash Van Road, Suicide Squad, The Honkler, Timinus 1717.
That's a new one.
Yeah, Torin Jax, Win Griffey Jr., Wargul 128, Wolf Fell, Utah, and Zombie 7469 TX.
Tejas. Muy bien. All right. So that's all our shout outs. We really appreciate you guys watching and hanging out with us. Could be doing something else here on a hump day, but you're here with us and we appreciate it. And that's why we do the crazy antics that we do. Except for Loki, who just sits there and looks sexy.
Thank you.
So sexy.
You're very welcome there, Loki. I'd love to play with your hair and style it.
Please.
I don't know about the beard.
A lot of ladies say that.
I know. They're probably. Do you get women going up to you, Loki, like, oh, your hair?
I can imagine he just pulls it down every once in a while, like, oh, hold on, let me fix my ponytail. And he pulls
shakes it around.
Throws around some magic cards, and then he pulls it back again.
Yeah, look at those sexy Buddha Loki. The chick.
Oh, he just went.
Yeah, look at you got McVenom getting all hot and bothered. Look at you.
He is turning a little red, actually.
I'm jealous of your power. You must teach it to me, Loki. All right, so let's get into the Twitter question and responses, and we'll let the lovely McVenom pick which one she likes.
All right, so
that's not a good sign for you, McVenom, when Finn does that.
No, it's not a good sign for me, actually. So really quick, we have, I'll read the first part of our Twitter question. So RSG will be making a big announcement about our 2020 campaign for the American Cancer Society at the end of tonight's live stream. We'll actually make it right after we're done with the questions here.
I think so.
Jump to the questions. So the question for tonight, though, was what do you think that announcement is? So here's the first one. Hopefully you'll announce that Relics were just a big prank.
Sorry.
I wish we could, but yeah, no. Next one, that Finn and Ranger have finally decided to get.
Oh my gosh, were you doing the Twitter question?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the first one. Say it again. I was reading chat.
That wink had a little bit more of an effect on old McVenom there than we thought.
I think it's more the wine that's being hidden in that water bottle.
Yeah.
This is actually my lightsaber coffee mug. Thank you very much.
Sure. Wine laced coffee. Okay. Yeah. First one is hopefully you'll announce that Relics were just a big prank.
Oh, that would be nice.
I'm afraid the Relics will be quite operational when you string arrives.
Next one, that Ranger and Finn have finally decided to get married and that Porg McFadden will be their best man. Or that Finity finally got the DNA test and found out that he isn't really Mexican Egyptian.
I thought that was about to say that he's official 100% DAP. Do y'all know this though?
Yeah.
No, nobody knows this.
Fake news.
Never mind.
All right, next one. Tonight's big announcement. Ranger J 1999 will no longer suffer from midday mod depression because he will be rolling speed rolls on all his mod slicing going forward forever.
Yeah, that's not...
To me, that will never happen. Yeah. Dang it, Finn. # didn't mention cross-stitch or nothing.
Oh, God.
Next one. Finn will finally announce that he's leaving society behind to go live in the land of Ewoks and Porgs and to find himself a bride. That or another chicken was jacketed by the big deal. But for real, we know the announcement is that Rose Taco's cross-stitch is finally complete.
I should have made that like an announcement. We should make that like a big announcement, maybe.
When it's done, you can show it on stream and everything for everyone.
It is I who allowed Miss McVenom to finish the cross-stitch.
Next one. We will sacrifice Porgs and Ewoks, and we will sell all the meat to PETA, and all proceeds will go to ACS.
God dang.
Ruthless.
Pretty harsh. Next one. That the last 3.5 years of my life was spent frozen in carbonite, tits shout out, and now I'm defrosting in Mustafar, and I can get back all the money I spent in SWGOH. Or maybe just an RSG meetup for fundraising.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's my favorite. I don't know who that is, but that's my favorite.
Next one. Finn is marrying a Porg in 2020 and donating the wedding presents to ACS.
God.
And then the last one, sponsored by Hostess, more Twinkies for Finn.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Let me do one refresh to see if anything else was added, but I think
just
those were
awful.
Oh, no. Next, we have one more. Finn will finally reveal he is actually masking his latent hate for Porgs.
Oh, that would be funny.
That would be funny.
Actually, let's go with that a second. No, let's go with the wake up and Relics was a dream and a nightmare or whatever it was.
Hopefully you'll announce that Relics were a big prank.
So the first one is the FIC and RSG meetup.
Okay.
Second one is that prank, and the third one would be your hate for Porg.
Okay, so your number one about life being spent frozen in carbonite and then getting all the money back is Bimasu.
Oh.
And
my heart.
Hopefully, you will announce that Relics were just a big prank was by Hogzilla.
That's like 3 times in a row I picked one of his, right?
Mm-hmm. You tend to pick Bimasu, Hogzilla, and Kashmir more than most, I think. And Hellenix. Hellenix would be the other one. Those are the 4 that you tend to lean towards. And then the other one, Finity will finally reveal he is actually masking his latent hate for pork with roast taco.
Yeah. Life is but a dream, sweetheart.
Ranger, you want to make our actual announcement?
Yes.
Okay.
So, you guys know that we've been involved intricately in a few charities. The one that we've recently been working on and did last year is for the American Cancer Society. Well, we are partnering with them again to do the Star Wars run in April. We've got it set up. We're doing it. So me and Finn are doing the 5K and the half marathon. This year, McVenum's doing just the 5K. Loki is going to be hitting.
Be there.
Yeah, he's going to be there hitting on all the women that cross the finish line. He'll probably have a harem before all is said and done.
Loki will distract all the Princess Leias.
Yeah, that's right. He really will be like, well, hello there.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait for that picture.
I know. I'm going to come to the finish line, and Loki's just going to have like all the women on him, and it's like, damn, man.
I think it would be awesome to get a picture of Loki with 4 different Princess Leias around him.
Right? We've got to do it. So we're doing that. So we're kicking off our campaign. We're going big again. ACS.
Well, don't also, just for the ones that aren't on the stream right now, Grande is going to be doing the 5K as well.
Yes, he's doing 5K.
And Fainley is going to be again with us, and he also is doing the 5K and the half marathon.
Yes, and then I think that's all the races.
Yeah, that's all the RSG crew.
Right.
Yep.
So that's all the RSG crew. Now there'll probably be some fans. If you want to join us, it's going to be in Disney World, April 16th through April 19th.
20 is the Monday, so we'll be there for those 4 days, 16,
right.
17.
So we're going to be busy doing that. We got a big goal to raise, and we're announcing it now. We need to hit it. We're getting the Tiltify campaign up soon, but that'll be coming here very shortly. We just have to get some finalization. But we're kicking off this year's ACS campaign. We wanted to kick it off with something special. And, in the fight for cancer, the ones that get hit the hardest are kids, right? We've all lost somebody to cancer, but the toughest, most amazing people in the world are kids with cancer, because they are troopers, they are warriors, they are just the best, and it is anything you can do to bring a smile to a child's face that has cancer is worth it. And me and Finn on the 24th of this month will be going to the Children's Hospital of Atlanta, their pediatric oncology ward, and we are going to be spending a few hours with the kids there. I'm going to be getting dressed up as Darth Revan. Finn's going to go as Jedi Counselor Finn. And we're going to be bringing games. So we're going to be streaming it live for you guys. We have a goal that we want to hit for this fundraiser for the 24th. I'm setting the goal at 5,000. I think we can do it. We've been thinking about maybe 2,500, but if we get 2,500, I'd be happy, but I want to get 5,000. I want to bring all the skewers, all the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community together, and I really want to knock this out of the park. It's a big deal, and we want this to go really well because we want to do more of these kind of events. The more we can do for these kids and people fighting with cancer and do anything to bring some kind of happiness and joy in their lives, this is what we're all about here at RSG. Yeah, we do games and we have fun, but the whole purpose of games, whether it's Star Wars Galaxy Heroes or Battlefront or Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, all the different stuff that we do, is for one purpose: bringing people together to find common ground and have fun. That's the whole purpose of all this stuff. And who needs the most? These kids. And that's what we're going to do. So if we can do anything and bring a joy to these kids for just a few hours with everything they're dealing with, and help raise money for the American Cancer Society, who's trying to fight the cure for cancer, and help raise some money for the hospital and these kids, then damn it, we're going to do it. So we've got lofty goals, we've got lofty expectations. I'm counting on all you skewers to step up and help us with this in any form or capacity. It doesn't have to be monetarily. It could be your time. It could be you watching the videos. It could be you spreading the word about this. We're going to be putting up the event soon for the 24th. We're going to need all the skewers out there spreading the word, getting people to be there on the 24th. We're going to have a short window, which we're finalizing.
It's going to be like afternoon time, right? Somewhere in the neighborhood of 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time, in that range. We're finalizing the time right now, but we wanted to announce the date to you guys today.
So this is why I'm out there busting my ass running. That's why Finn's out there busting his ass running. That's why McVenom is sometimes at the moment running and stuff.
He has her kids to chase after.
Yeah, she's those kids of hers, I swear. So that's what we're doing, guys. We need your help. We need your support. And this is what we're doing. Anything you want to add to that, Finn?
Yeah, the one thing I'll add is that we've said before that the money that you guys give us goes right back into the stream in some way, shape, or form. And building the community is what's most important to us, and also making an impact on the community. So for those of you guys wondering like how this is all changing and what we're evolving, I really want to give a shout out to all of our patrons in particular. Our patron site has gone up a lot over the past year since we started our last campaign. And it has given us the opportunity to do a lot more, not only with our stream, but all the events that we want to do, particularly with things like this, where we can go and visit hospitals and hopefully make the day for these kids by just playing with them and seeing a Darth Revan and a Jedi there and all the other stuff that we're planning for that day. This is what your donations to us, whether it's Super Chat, whether it's through Patreon, all of that money, this is what it goes towards. So we really appreciate all of you guys for getting us this far. It's things like that have allowed us to make these kind of plans that we otherwise wouldn't be able to. So thanks again to everyone that has supported us, whether it's Super Chat, YouTube membership, Twitch subscriptions, Patreon in particular, because those tend to allow for the biggest donations, and especially our gold patrons who go above and beyond. We really appreciate all of you guys, and we hope that we're making you guys proud for what you guys are giving your money to us for. We hope that you're entertained by our content, whether you always agree with us or not. We usually have a lot of different voices, so hopefully there's somebody you agree with, and whether or not you agree with us, we hope you guys are entertained during that time period, and we hope that you feel like we're doing well by you guys as a community and representing us well. So thank you to everyone that supported us, and we hope to continue to grow and do these kind of things in the community on behalf of all of the Skewer community.
So stay tuned for more information. We're going to be doing some big stuff, big announcements with date and times. You know it's the 24th. We don't have the specific time yet. We've already got our things set up that we need to on our end pretty much. We just got to work out a few more details with the Children's Hospital of Atlanta. I know the ACS folks, they're incredible. They love us to death. They're excited for that. And to kick off our campaign to, again, get down to Disney World. We couldn't ask for a better partnership. And cancer, man. F cancer. Let's get this going. Let's do everything we can, skewers. We got till April to raise a lot of money, but you know what? Big goals. Shoot big, aim big, get it big, do it all. We're going to do it. So yeah. So there you go. That being said, I think stay tuned for that, and I think we can now get into our question and answer time. Question and answer time with McVenom and Loki. Not saying much, but looking all googly at one another.
McVenom is threatening to kill Loki in the nuts in chat. So.
Why? What happened?
He's trolling me. I'm gonna get him.
What did he say? Wait, let's go back. Okay, it's getting on here. Let me see what Loki said.
Let's chasing Loki to kick him in the nuts. It's going to be the whole race.
Okay, so Sir Loki said cross stitch.
Pull by his ponytail hair.
And then McVenom threatened to remove his manhood.
Listen here, Maui. Get back here.
Yeah. And then Loki said, all bark, no bite.
Just so you know.
I want Silverbolt now to make a drawing of us, so that's why I'm saying.
Yeah. Another one?
For yeah, because I only have your three heads on there. He needs to add Loki's on there to the bottom, because I'm going to make that my Magic the Gathering game board. Yeah. My game mat.
Like, oh, she's so violent. You have no idea.
Loki was smart and didn't say anything about that when McVenom wasn't on.
That's right. He sure was. Let me tell you something.
Okay. Stop it. I have a hurricane coming. All my snacks are gone. Stop.
I don't know a good saying. Although, as I would say, you're making me madder than a whippersnapper up under a willow tree or something. I have no idea what other saying.
Oh my God, Finn. Yeah, you need to stop, brother. Even
there has to be a saying that I am missing. I don't know a saying to say there. that she would be as angry about?
Boy, she's as angry as a woodpecker with a bent beak.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
That's more Foghorn Leghorn.
Well, I'll tell you what. I swear that Miss McVenom. I swear that girl.
I'm waiting for y'all to start quoting Dolly. Paint my door red and call me Elizabeth Arden.
Well,
Y'all remember
all
that?
right.
Steel Magnolias.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a good one. That's a great movie.
I'm already dead. Have you not seen the Silver Bowl drawing? I'm already dead.
Oh yeah, our heads are off, so it's just a matter of time. That's our future, Finn. We know what's happening in the future. When we don't know.
I think
it
Grande
does make you
the,
appreciate life a little bit more. It really does.
It does.
Yeah,
I think Grande may be the least offender right now.
If
though.
you accept it, right? So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grande's kind of slipping off the radar where he's kind of not in trouble because he's been dealing with stuff, and McVenom does have kind of a heart, even though she can be very. Yeah, you're kind of sliding into that slot there, Loki, and it's not going to be a swift. I asked for a soldier's death, Loki, and she told me to piss off, so we were in trouble.
Oh, B. Monster said, "Stop teasing Miss McVenom," and thumbs up, peeps.
Yes. So
thank you, B. Monster.
All right, so let's get to the questions.
Jacko BM, she said, "Oh Lord, you got to work on that southern
it's
speak."
Bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah, have you seen my German accent?
Oh God! All right,
all
right, Finity, let's talk in the German accents. Let me hear it.
Okay, I am going to talk in my German accent now.
Anytime now. Anytime
what was
now.
that, Loki? What kind of accent was that?
I said Finn can't even do his own Indian accent, man.
All I can say is Achtung in German. That is my German accent.
No, that's not how we do it. You sound like a small child from India.
I do sound like a small child from India. I am German, but Indian descent.
That's the only voice Finn's ever done. Because someone asked me the other day, like, what voices does Finn do? I'm like,
no, that might be able to do a pirate.
That was his Kermit the Frog, the original one.
Yeah, I do Kermit the Frog, and then Finn does that stupid voice with it. Like, you know. So brutal.
I like my Kermit. Hindu Kermit.
Hindu Kermit.
All right, let's go to questions. We are totally off the rails here. All right, let's go back to questions here. Let's see. First question. Oh, we got another donation. Elliot Worsfold, thumbs up, or else McVenom will have her revenge.
I feel like I must have like a ragey personality or ragey face. Do I have a ragey face?
No, not at all. Unless you give us the eye. You know, that mom eye, where it's like you raise that eyebrow and you're like, oh my God. You're like, you're like kicking in your brothers and sisters. Like, nah, you get the beating first. I'm making a run for it. You know, you sacrifice one of them. Usually the runt. So,
I gave it to my daughters today. They beat up a boy in the neighborhood. No lie.
What?
Yeah.
He probably deserved it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. It was kind of one of those. He said something about one of the sisters, and the other sister got mad, and they just jumped him. And I had to talk to the mom and all that stuff. It was just a big ordeal, but they did.
Well, when you had the talk with him about the fight afterwards, did you teach him, like, look, if you're going to beat someone's ass, leave no evidence?
Yeah, I took all their snacks.
Oh, no. Well.
That was, don't even play. That was because otherwise they were going to eat the snacks that you wanted.
Right.
Don't even play. Otherwise you were going to be without snacks.
I love ginger snaps.
Oh, my God.
Survival of the fittest.
Okay, let's get the questions.
All right. First question, DSP. Question, why does Finn always wear a red hat? It triggers me. First off, it's an RSG hat. Second, if you're triggered by the red hat, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
So.
That sounds like a manga problem. It's probably that's the problem.
That's still a you problem. If you get triggered by a hat, sorry, you have other issues. Zombie 7469. Question, what's the best way to use a Darth Revan with no Zetas? Zeta it.
Yeah. Not many uses there.
Yeah.
It's like, Loki, how do I beat a character without mods?
Hopes and dreams.
Yeah, hopes and dreams.
I mean, you may be able to use it as a
offense against some weaker stuff. I mean,
or not in the lead, right? You might be able to use it as a Sith under a Traya team.
Yeah, I could do that, but
so you would have to kind of stick it into a Sith team, either Emperor Palpatine or a Traya, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next one, DSP question. With Negotiator about to be unlocked by the big guilds, what will be the best starting and the best starting lineup and first reinforcement?
Well, you know, I'll get your thoughts on this, Loki. I was talking to someone today about that as well. Like, with updates with the... What's that, Loki?
It's not very good right now.
It's not doing very well. Mills are still kicking the crap out of it. But however, one of the things is it is pretty damn good, and it makes that fleet a little bit better because you're also gearing up your troopers and stuff along with that, and those ships get pretty nasty too. So it's not really from what we're seeing initially, but a lot of them just unlock, so we don't have like 7-star or anything like that. But we'll have to wait and see. But the ships just from the farming from doing it, like 5s, Umbaran Starfighter, Rex's ship is getting really nasty because people are taking those ships up. So we'll have to kind of see how it plays out. We don't have enough stuff. I know it makes Anakin and Ahsoka nasty, but MILF is still going to go.
It needs General Kenobi to be gear 13.
Yes.
It needs and the ship needs to be 7 stars maxed out, and then you can probably outspeed. You can outspeed Akbar.
Yes.
Which is what it needs, and then all the clone reworks help. The double Zeta on 5s works really well.
Yeah.
The teams I've been seeing in my arena already, like they run Jedi Knight Anakin starting.
Oh, interesting.
If you take out Knight Anakin, the game is over.
See, I always bring him off the bench. You know, I think he's just a better reinforcement.
Starter, but he needs to live somehow. Because he's like the Millennium Falcon for the Galactic.
He really is. He's a nasty little ship. All right, next question.
All right, next question, John Moran question. When was the meta report not boring? Honestly, no, it actually wasn't boring a while. So Treya changed everything.
That's pretty much right when that happened.
Treya was the first real power creep. Now CLS to some extent did as well, but not as much. And Jedi Knight or Jedi Training Ray never did. But CLS a little bit, but Treya is really when the meta report became super stale because they were just way too much power creep. And then Jedi Knight Revan became more power creep, and now Darth Revan, and then Darth Revan with Malik is kind of added to that. So before Treya, it wasn't terrible, but since then it's been kind of bad. Yeah. Luke Thyrocker question. I need Padme counters. I mean, the ones that I have been able to beat Padme teams with are Night Sisters, but it's a little sketchy because you have to land the tenacity down by zombie, and then you can start spreading plague, but you have to be really careful about your attacks.
Treya works well.
Treya is the easy one. Yeah. Treya is the definite counter.
Darth Revan can do it. Jedi Knight can do it. So that's 4 right there. Just off the top, it's a higher meta team, so you're going to need higher meta team to beat it. It's not like you can go in there with troopers like, I got this, and I'm dead.
Okay.
Way to go, Loki. You made McVenom leave. She went to go get snacks.
I told you to fight, man. Nothing.
Adonis Sigma question. Finn, why? And then Shay Locomotive question. What possessed Finn to Gear 13 Jedi Consular?
He's on crack, man.
No, it's because I am Jedi Consular Finn. If I was going to be Jedi Consular Finn, I needed a Gear 13 Jedi Consular.
He was copying me. Such a copier, Loki. He's always copying me. It's because I had
How
Darth
did I copy
Revan,
you?
and I have the Darth Revan costume. Finn had to go Jedi Counselor Gear 13 and Jedi Counselor outfit.
I'm the light side with the Porg, and you're the confused dark side.
No, I'm not confused at all. I want to stick that lightsaber through
Revan
those
isn't
two
light side or dark
eyes.
side, remember?
This version is. So I'm doing the Darth Revan thing. But when we get balanced Revan, then I'll do balanced Revan. So there you go.
Oh, you know what's good against Padme is EP lead's good against Padme.
Yeah, with the fracture from Thrawn and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but if they're running C-3PO, then good luck. It's difficult.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Next question. Adonis Sigma question. I wonder, when we talk about the next meta, we say it's about to shift with Clone Wars content. If so, isn't the meta expected to change very soon with Star Wars 9 coming soon?
Possibly. We don't know. It depends.
I don't think the meta is changing with Clone Wars.
Not with Clone Wars.
Not really. Maybe Padme, But Padme is already kind of a meta team, right? I think maybe we find a fifth to Padme with whatever they release.
Yeah, that can make a difference.
I don't think it's changing to like 501st.
I think Relics is going to have a big impact on the meta when they do abilities. That'll have more of an impact than anything. It depends on what abilities they put in those damn things and what those abilities do. Because that's going to change everything. Yeah. The stats are the stats, right? The abilities is what concerns me, because you can take a team and just flip it with one per relic on a team, right? Just add so and so ability, So we'll have to wait and see. So I'm a little nervous about that one, Loki, because they don't have the best track record with some of this stuff.
For what? For like
the abilities on relics, new abilities.
Oh, I don't even know what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
I'd love it where you can. Didn't they say though, when you equip relics, like you can equip them in a certain way to give stats to, tunes that don't normally get those stats? Like, didn't they say something like that in the very beginning?
Not quite. What they're doing is they're assigning an archetype to all characters. So it's a combination of the stats, strength, agility, and tactics, along with their role of tank, attacker, healer, or support. And each of those forms like a grid of 12 archetypes. And based on that archetype, your relic will boost the base stats, strength, agility, and tactics, plus a group of stats based on your archetype. So it's not quite like you can pick. It's going to be like pre-assigned. They're changing the classifications to include the tank attacker with the other archetype in order to and the ability that your primary is in order to give your stats.
So right now we're led to believe all the relics are going to be the same. Once you max them all out and you throw.
We don't have enough information yet on it. We have to.
No, but it'll be for each archetype. It's going to be the same, right? Yeah. Because the three abilities, strength, agility, and tactics, will all level up, and it looks like, at least based on those screenshots, that they're leveling up about the same. But then at the bottom, there's a whole group of stats that are specific to the archetype, whether it's like crit chance, crit damage, and offense, or something like that. They have a set of stats that's going to be specific to the archetype. That's going to make it variable. So not all the characters are going to get like the same stats from the relics, but each archetype may get the same stat.
Right.
McVenon's back. What snacks did you grab?
I didn't grab a snack. I went to go pummel my children.
Okay. Pummeling has been completed.
No, I need to go, guys. I don't know if it's just a hurricane going on, being out of school, or all the sugar and everything going on there, wide awake and just going crazy upstairs. So I need to go
go put them on camera. Uncle Ranger's gonna have a little talk with them.
Oh my gosh. Well, the little one, she is dying to get on camera. She keeps saying, when do I get to stream with you sometime? And I'm like, maybe I'll make a kid channel for you or something.
Just tell him you made Uncle Ranger sad.
She's something. Serious.
She can come say hi to Pork McFadden.
No, okay, don't put her on camera, but never mind. We'll set up a different time.
Honestly, you guys are like, oh, are you going to go streaming with my friends? Like, you guys are her friends. Like,
oh, my God. Well, we've gone from uncles to friend uncles. Oh, that's bad.
Finn is she's going to marry Finn one day. Loki is her, like, sugar daddy, because he buys her a dress and she wears it all the time. And she's like, this is from my friend Loki. Like, they're just, like, obsessed with you guys, so.
And Ranger's the enforcer. I've accepted my role. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. I'm popular.
They're dad that'll beat up people. So
I got me a Ranger J 1999. You don't want to mess with me.
My soldier will beat you up for me.
Oh my God. All right, we'll go kill the kids. All
right.
And
thanks, guys, for all the donations. We appreciate it. I'm gonna go settle down the kids and work on some cross stitch.
Yeah, there you go. See, then you guys can.
Let me know if you want to do anything later, McVenom.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Let's finish this up because we got Urza string coming up, Finn. So let's get a few more questions in.
Start running through these questions. So Utah question. I'm not sure if CG has said this, but don't they have staff or time to be able to catch everyone cheating? But if they allow the community to report, can they keep up with all the reports then? It's harder to find the cheaters than to investigate the reports.
Right. It's easier to go through the information than trying to find the information.
Right. Like, think of what Grande put this as is a good perspective, right, with the police, right? It's a lot harder to have a police at every single house. right? But if people report that there's a crime going on, then they can send the police to the crime in order to investigate it.
Right.
It's hard to find these kind of things ahead of time. It's unfortunate that they have to be kind of reactive, that they have to wait for the report in order to do it. But realistically, it's the only way because there's way too many players to do it. And because everything is server side and the cheating is happening on the client side, they can't just put together like a formula without changing the infrastructure in order to track it very easily. So it's just the way that they have to do it.
It's science.
Yep. Mostef Isley question: what do you think about inter-guild GACs mentioned in the State of the Galaxy post? I think that would be pretty interesting. Be I don't know how different it would be from Territory Wars.
Yeah, let's be more creative.
It's just Territory Wars. Just
give us this damn sandbox mode, man. Let me and Finn beat the crap out of each other on the stream, man.
Yeah, I know. I really wish they would. Stonewall. Question: even though I'm furious that you would mention Bulldog on your stream, what character
what?
Did we mention?
I don't think we mentioned Bulldog, but once ever. You did?
You mentioned him.
Oh,
I
missed it.
About the whole the editing the text file and all that crap. So.
Yeah, there's still people mad at him, and understandably so.
Yeah, I mean, but we're going to talk about, guys, listen, if someone does something in this community, we're going to talk about it. Sorry. It's just the nature of it.
Don't be mad at us.
Yeah, we're just covering what it is, giving your thoughts and our thoughts and opinions about it, but,
Yeah. So what character do you think will be the best maxed out Relic character? I'm leaning towards Vader or Mace.
I'm still thinking... I'm going
honestly,
Revan,
Grandmaster Yoda.
Maybe. I'm thinking Jedi Revan, Darth Revan are going to be my ones I do.
I was going to say, if they're good without Relic, they're going to be even better with Relic.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. Because that's where I'm gear 13 first. I just did Kenobi. I'm about to do Jedi Revan. I'm going down the line, with these characters. So they'll be the ones that get the relics first, especially my arena team. I'm not dicking around with that. I always keep the top of what I can get always on my arena team. So.
I mean, the way I'm thinking of it, so certain characters are more about speed than anything else, right? And those are like the Revans. They really need speed in order to be super effective. The ones that I'm thinking are going to be really awesome are the ones that have stats that are actually impacted by relics. You don't see speed on the relics, right? But you can see a lot of offensive stats. So the three that I'm actually looking at first is Grandmaster Yoda, Han Solo, and Mission. I think those three, if they're listed as attackers of agility and they increase their like offensive power, those three could be hitting like trucks.
Oh, yeah, possibly.
Relics. So I'm actually leaning more towards attackers being the most impacted by relics, just simply by the way that relics are structured right now, from what it seems. But we'll have to see how exactly it works out. But that's who I would be leaning towards.
Okay, next question.
Next one, Way of the Troll question. Ranger, what is your beef with GOM?
I have no beef with GOM. I'm going to mess with him. That's my boy. So we do that to each other all the time. So
he also made you lose on a match.
Yeah, I mean, I've known GOM forever, and I do lots of streams with GOM. We do the Alliance stream together. We hang out. They come hang out here, Jedi Academy. So yeah, but I'm still going to give him a bunch of crap. That's just what we do. So.
Let's see. Way of the Troll question. Will you be making any epic cross stitches to raise money?
Okay, no. All right, next question.
Daniel Morgan question. Since Gear 14 is coming, why are we still grinding to get to Gear 10?
Well, because you have to get to the Gear 11.
No, you need the stuff to get to Gear 10 in order to turn it into scrap.
I know.
That's why.
Oh my God.
Nathaniel Morgan question. What is the point of signal data? We're already giving up precious gear. Is it to screw newer players who have a lot of important Cantina farms?
I know, right? That one.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
Well, let me say, if they just add it to the regular character farm nodes,
all of the character farm nodes, not just a few ones.
But if they add it to all of them, right, then I'm okay with it. Some people are worried that they're creating like separate nodes because of the way they shifted the 4 characters, that they're creating signal data specific nodes only. And in that case, I would be much more worried. But if they're just doing it and adding it to the existing character one, then I think it'll be fine. So, yeah. And then
I see you there, Tim Van Ness. Hate you, bastard. Congrats on the mod.
Congratulations. Let's see. Next one. What else? 73 questions. So again, I'm facing players who will be driven before me and slaughtered. if they normalize GP for each character so they were all the same, do you think that would fix the matchmaking better? No, I actually think if they didn't take Relics so far, Relics would have fixed the matchmaking.
Yeah.
I think Gear 13 is the biggest problem, really, with what they have. And Gear 13 is not weighted enough. Relics can help with that, but the Relics up to level 7 is going to be kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Relics may help with matchmaking, in all honesty. If nothing else, if we want to be looking on the bright side of all of this, I think Relics will help with matchmaking.
Okay.
We had the troll question. What is the minimum gear for bugs to get the Wat Tambor shards?
12.
Yeah.
12.
I got close with 11s.
I had a few 12 and a few 11, and I just missed it. And I was like, you need 12. You need that extra survivability, man, because those, if an AoE goes off and you will get crushed, any gear 11s are gone, right? And you especially, it's so gear 12, and even then it's like, ugh. Get your gear 13 on your GAB or GBA. Sorry.
Sanely Red question: how excited are you all to go to Galaxy's Edge in April? I'm personally really looking forward to going.
Oh yeah, I'm going to joygasm all over the place.
We're going, so really quick. So another thing about our schedule, right? So we mentioned 16th to the 20th. We'll be getting there like in the afternoon at random times on the 16th. And we'll be hanging out in the evening with whoever is available. We'll be hanging out with you guys on the evening of the 16th. The 17th in the morning is when we have the 5K. And as soon as that's done, we're heading into Galaxy's Edge. After we shower and stuff, after the 5K, then we're going to head into Galaxy's Edge. So that'll be on the Friday.
Yes.
Then on Saturday, it's going to be a full day at Galaxy's Edge. We don't have any run. That day is typically the 10K. So if you guys are doing the 10K, let us know, and then we can kind of coordinate everything with whoever's going. But if you guys do the 10K, that's in the morning on Saturday. We're not planning on, no one right now is planning on doing the 10K. So you guys we'll just go straight into the park on Saturday, again, Galaxy's Edge. So we'll have 2 full days at Galaxy's Edge. And then Sunday, we'll do the half marathon in the morning, Ranger and I and Sanely and whoever else in terms of the other people.
And then we're drinking our ass off the rest of the day.
Yep. Then we're hanging out wherever the rest of the day. We're going to hang out in just other places. I mean, we can go down to the downtown Disney area and just hang out there. I mean, there's a lot of cool places down there. And just around Orlando if we want to go there. So that's our plan for that. We'll give you guys more information about where we're staying and everything soon too. We're just waiting for some of those details to get finalized. But yeah, so that's our plan for that weekend. So I am definitely looking forward to it too. And we'll have 2 days at Galaxy's Edge.
Yep.
So, and then last question, Jedi Gunny 1216 question: do you guys need help with training for the race? I've run 9 marathons and 15 half marathons. I can't run the race, but I can help so race doesn't suck for you guys. Damn it, Finn, lay off the Twinkies. For the record, I haven't had a Twinkie in months right now. So that's the first thing. And second, of the RSG crew, only Sanely and I finished the half marathon last year. Yeah, I actually finished it.
Yeah. But this year I will be finishing it. So I'm already training, I'm already dieting, I'm already way ahead of the curve. Got therapy on my ankle, so that's not going to be an issue. It'll still be an issue, but it's not going to be like it was last year. My ankle was just destroyed. So
yeah. And I've learned my lesson about the half marathon. Like, it wasn't the pacing. I got stuck behind walkers, and then walking during a half marathon killed my feet. So that actually made me come in like very close to time. I think without that, I would have probably finished in somewhere between 2.5 hours to 3 hours in the half marathon. I finished closer to like 3:27 or something like that, which is less than I wanted. I wanted to finish around 3 hours. So I've learned that I can't start in the back group, because then you get stuck behind a bunch of walkers from all the other groups, and it turns out horrible. So I have learned my lesson on that. And so I do plan on finishing again and getting a better time.
Yeah, there we go.
That is my plan. All right. And I'll do one more quick scan for questions, because ERS is starting. We don't want to, and that's it for questions.
Okay, so there we go. So thank you guys for hanging out. We're going to do the ending stuff now. That's not what I wanted to get the hell out of here, Meta Report. Shout out to our Gold Patrons. We just want to say thank you to all these folks here. Now, what we're going to do, these are all the folks that go above and beyond with their donations and things and supporting us with everything that we're doing, and we really couldn't do a lot of this stuff without them. So we appreciate all our Patrons, but especially these folks. So we just want to give them a quick special shout out there. Now, what we need to do is we need to think of something to go spam Urz's channel with. He's starting the stream. He's already got the stream started. We need to go spam the hell out of it. What should we say? Got to think about it.
Can we just spam help RSG with the ACS?
Yeah, I'm down with that. I don't care. We'll just,
No, I don't want to do that with
no,
hers.
No, I'm going to do that with hers.
No,
we have to do something fun. We have to do something fun.
Twilight stole my baby. That's what I want to say.
Yep, let's do that. Twilight stole my baby. There you go. So when we get done here, I'll give you a countdown, and then we're going to go all over to Urs, and we're going to do Twilight stole my baby. So there we go. So here in a few seconds, when I get done with the last stuff, then we'll do that. All right, you can see here on the next slide that you can see where all the times we stream. You can find us on YouTube, all that kind of stuff. So we do all kinds of streaming. Just subscribe. Give us a thumbs up on the video that you're watching, yada, yada, yada. You'll know when we're streaming and all the fun stuff that we're having. So thank you guys for being here with us. With that, I'm going to give you a countdown. We're going to stop the stream, and then we're all going to go to Urz's channel and say, a Twi'lek stole my baby. So there we go. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, spam away.